我想看PartinG怎么打人嘞。哎呦，这个胡子。
Smooth, suave dude, and spawning in the bottom left as our blue Terran, hailing from KT Rolster, it is TY.
抓掉一只，楼梯抓一。
TY 最近的状况也是越来越好，我觉得。
抓掉两只，正门抓两只。
I do remember that, and TY was looking.
我没看到人了，就这两只，我这边就这两只。我去帮哪里？右侧还有一只，正门右侧还有一只。
哦，
我倒了。
这有毒死吗？没有吧？哦，这个进去的话可能就出不去了。人家盖个补给站把它堵住，他就出不去了。
He did come to Home Story Cup where he fell to Lazira in the top 8, and he was looking so strong again at the start of that tournament, but just fell to a player that we all.
哎，他没有人那么好。
Here again, you guys looking at.
最后一只。
我觉得花100块杀人家一个50块不错啊。
他蹲在那个点哦。Nice.
What he's up to. He's decided to go double gateway off one base here. The Muslim.
Yeah, very unusual.
他退了，他可能钻在死角里面。
我的工兵好烦啊！
墙角。
Knowing what he's up against here. Is it going to be adepts? Is it going to be stalkers? He doesn't really know.
I mean, from this position, if you're going to be expanding, which it obviously is TY, is it just a simple bunker that needs to get placed down and be wary of units about to approach?
One of the most awkward things about this map against adepts is how open it is between your main.
反应炉开矿，这反应炉有可能会出2只死神。哎，2只枪兵有可能，2只枪兵有可能。应该是2只枪兵，我觉得。PartinG这边是加速了2只教士。哎呀，这个不是黑死的2教士前压接 VS， 然后补一个兵营在前线。这比赛我也常用啊，不是比赛我常用，是比赛我就用这一招。
哦。I think so. Also, we have to take into account that there are back rocks here in the base. Adepts don't take them down quickly, but the other Protoss units do. But multiple adepts going on from that. Look, this is only just out of vision here.
哎呀，看到吗
？Oh, is this perfect scouting here from TY? It does look like he might be able to find this very early. A single bunker at the front too, and oh wow!
这看得到吗？那个瞭望塔。
What is the appropriate response to this?
Just sit back. Get bunkers in your main base, possibly get an engineering bay up too, as it's most likely.
他手榴弹的范围其实还蛮远的。
我到4BG，哇，这超凶。这是刚好瞭望塔没看到吗？我不确定哎，感觉看得到哎。好，哎呀，bunker放前面，这也是蛮吵的哦。哎，这bunker放这边蛮有意思的。好，这边直接加速他的。 哎呀，有看到啊！我觉得等等可以那个哎，打那个岩石哎，后面的岩石上去。
Get a bunker down at his back, perhaps. He hasn't. Has he even thought about these rocks being broken?
It doesn't look. Does he even have a depot placed over there? I'm not sure he has the vision. No, he doesn't even have the vision. So that's playing rather ballsy.
Alright, well the gateway's finishing up now. Going to be transformed into warp gates so we can continue.
我现在游戏黑屏了，我刚才
And that defensive cyclone again from
TY.
Very few players use this, but TY uses it now.
哦，公民看到这，好切进来，哦哟，飞弹车，飞弹车，哇，飞弹车，好不哦，这个，但是好像不会死，好，这边有点危险，因为碉堡在前面啊，这怎么守？这没办法修啊。bunker 超级尴尬。哇，这怎么守？这守不住了吧？这要直接带走了，这怎么守？好，教师过来，先知过来杀枪兵，超快的。好，直接带走。啊，坦克，GG。
PartinG super aggressive, very easily taking map number 1 away from TY.
Man, we knew PartinG.
这塔法怎么有点熟悉呀？
How aggressive? I have not seen one base aggression done against a guy that I know wants to play defensively
来第二
in a
场，
long time, and he made it look.
The last remaining Terran player in this tournament after taking Bomber, the Terran baton was passed over.
Yes, TY did eliminate Bomber in a very tight 5-game series. But here, after TY suffering a
地图来到是
harsh defeat there,
Dusk
he's
Towers
going to mix it up, but so far,
Dusk Towers 中文是什么？
getting up 3 bases as
什么什么塔的？
very happy with playing the defender's role.
Indeed.
辉哥有觉得 Win 10比 Win 7好用吗？好用多 ，Win 7。
我回来了之后，我回来，我没有办法连回去游戏耶。
Win 10就是 Win 7加 Win 8的优点，合在一起就是 Win 10。
他没有重新连线呢，直接掉了。
Win 8超烂。
You play for you. Yeah.
但是 Win 10比 Win 7还不 Win 7很好啊，但是 Win 10比 Win 7还要好。然后还有它有 Win 8的优点，也有 Win 7的优点，合在一起就是 Win 10。那个 Microsoft 他们那个 Windows， Microsoft 跟 Windows 是同一个吧？应该是吧？反正就是 Windows 系统都是一代好一代差的。 哇，好长的 ID， 你又来了。
Yeah, it's just a very vulnerable build, I feel.
我们不能够限定说拼多少加入吗？像 CS
你们看直播会很累个吗？我目前玩到现在是没有遇到相容性啊，我也没有去玩很老的游戏，所以我不知道。搞不好开个什么同级生，他就说不相容也不一定，或破图。
我拉已经不传了，赶紧跑回来了。
我觉得很好啊，我建议更新。说实在，你 Win 8就一定要更新 Win 10 ，Win 8就是不要想了 ，Win 8超烂，受不了 ，Win 8真的超烂。我自己使用的那个经验是 Win 10大于 Win 7，在应该是 XP 吧？是 XP 吗？
上个厕所。
我忘记 Win Me 的下一个是什么了。你还记得 Win Me 的下一个是什么吗？阿神？
什么 Win
Me？Win Me 啊 ，Windows Me 的下一个版本是 Windows 什么
？94哦
，94、90老师
95哦
，9。好吧，当我没问。
Windows 7。
我忘记 Win Me 下一个是什么了。反正 Win 8真的不适合拿来放在电脑上面用，就是桌机用很不适合。它比较适合，我觉得触控式的。哦，是 XP 吗？哦，那就是 XP 啊。好，这场没有这场好像是要出空投坦克哦。他的碉堡还是要盖前面，超潮的。潮男呢，这个盖法有够潮的。这样其实也解到了，因为有些人问我说要怎么守教室前压，那 TY 这几场其实就已经演示了那个解法，但是他这样子也有缺点啊，就像PartinG如果打一波啊怎么办？
Dep trying to get as much information as possible, as the observer now will get that information hopefully, unless it's taken out immediately.
And a fast blink on the way, even getting a Raven here.
Yeah, supported with I mean, he's gone for the 3rd command center very early.
I'm very curious what he's going to do. Ravens did get sort of buffed, sort of nerfed in Legs of the Void. The turrets now deal a lot more damage, but their spells also last a lot less time. But against Protoss, very curious as to how he's going to be using that.
Well, here's the observer both parting. He's finally going to get an answer to what this guy is doing. So he sees the factory, sees the starport, sees the tech lab, sees the 3rd command center, and now knows that there is opportunities to strike and find a weakness in this guy. The Warp Prism is out, but what is he going to use in this? How is he going to use it? 2, 3 adepts get loaded.
That can be very annoying if it gets into your mineral line adepts, 2-shot workers. This Cyclone and the Raven do pick off the observer.
哦，这场看起来会打到中后期哦。其实我就想要看他怎么打解放者。Vista 我没用过，但是 XP 是我用很久的一个系统。 Wins 是真的不错，真心推荐。目前还没有听到说有谁用 Wins 觉得很烂。之前刚开始 Wins 免费更新的时候，我也是怕，想说不想当白老鼠，但是后来用了以后发现其实真的不错。问8.1是 OK。好，那这边教室的话有一些争议啦，就是有些人会觉得，哎呦，他又跳了。这个传过去以后，要不要让他过去？对，这是我自己会这样子骚扰，但是有些人他传过去以后，他是拿来侦查的，然后他直接上那个人进，然后就再走，然后等等之后再过来投。像PartinG的这样子的做法，就是他的那个教室有可能会死掉，会送光，但是比较可以捞到东西。那也有人是选择丢出去后当侦查，直接上那个人进带走，等等再过来投，把那个人进保存下来。
And now TY's got his work cut out for him. There's going to be a couple more attempts.
没有啊，我这边有录啊，我有录。
The Banshee on the other side of the map could deal counter damage if not properly dealt with.
Wins 好用在哪啊？他把 Win 8的优点，他用起来Wins 用起来其实像 Win 7，然后但是他把 Win 8的优点加进来。
And PartinG is absolutely destroying this game number 2 here.
最明显改变就是多了 Win 8的那个，它一样有 Win 8那个东西，只是它不会那么哭，就是你按左下角，它就直接跳出 Win 8那个整个画面。它一样也是那个城市级这样。
PartinG was prepared for everything.
And he's gone up towards Colossus now. PartinG, he's got double forge down. He's tracking the Banshees around the map. He's
my lord!
Forward. His defense is great. His attacking is brilliant. And his overall strategy is okay, but he's got to be a little bit careful. TY has built up a decent force while all this is going on. He needs to be careful that he can hold off against any counter type of push. There's tanks, there's Banshees, there's a bunch of Marines.
Yeah, PartinG going for those Colossus here. Again, they're both showing stuff.
我被炸了，我倒了。
Did get nerfed, the damage is significantly less, but to counter that.
我这边有一个朋友降24WG， 他说他花4个小时升 Win 10，再把它降回 Win 7，所以就看个人啦。
And this Protoss army is marching out across the map. The Banshee still being annoying, but PartinG not really suffering too much against this, even as Stalkers walked him back home.
好，大量闪追加，哦呦，巨像哎。
Being very aggressive here, and this is very well synced up with his +1/+1 finishing.
我左边有声音，看到人了。
Oh man.
Must-have upgrade. Likewise, combat shields.
墙后一只。
TY's in pretty good shape to deal with this actually. Combat shields finishing. Stims just finished. Warp Prism speed on the way. I think PartinG's just playing scary here. I don't think he plans on committing. And TY, he's taking this very serious.
3 Colossuses.
我看到人了，盾兵，在这墙后。
Even if they are a little bit weaker. As he does poke forward, and here comes the
3巨像闪追哦，
he sees a lot of this army on the right-hand side, and he's
这个我喜欢。
哎，
哦哇，人进上下好猛哦，哇想好的，哇，及时救援，
他墙后都在墙后，
哇，
都在墙后，
哇，正常来说这个神族应该是要全灭的哎。 好，解放者，
倒了，贝瑞倒了，倒一，哪里？
为什么我觉得这波打完神族没有很赚啊？神族搞不好是亏的。这感觉怎么是神族是亏的啊？ 但是神族经济比较好啦，但是刚那一波战损感觉起来是神族比较亏。
我刚才在射他的脚，为什么有3个盾兵啊？
好，解放者要在2矿用那个东西，然后这边再投4船，坦克有要架吗？烈光球，掉2船。哎，等一下这解放者有点智障啊！ 这解放者已经跟神一样，杀13只了。我又在走，哦，差一点。
I tell you what though, TY's multitasking. He's keeping PartinG busy while that Liberator's dealing damage. And now they're at pretty equal worker counts. It looks like TY's actually managed to get a lead here.
15 workers have been killed, and the advantage that PartinG had just a few minutes ago has been called out. It's very similar in income. 2 upgrades do favor PartinG, but it's not too far away now for the Terran. And again, a very cool game we're seeing out from both of these players, fighting for a chance to be top 4 in this tournament at the very least.
And that Liberator still in the back of the natural there, not getting picked off, and slowly but surely TY is getting more and more of a lead. He's got a higher work count, he's taking his 4th very safely, and his army is looking particularly strong. And with the addition of Liberators here, this is what all Protoss fear.
巨象伤害减少40%，20%。
They are starting to come into play. The Templar Archives is down, so you can start to bring in some High Templar, get ready for some Sonic Storm.
射程原本也是减20%，但是把它改
打
了。
残了，放血了。
爆！
窗户有一只，窗户一只，窗户一只。
你看这样打一打，反而PartinG的人口落后了。我觉得这一波打不赢吧？
那个不行，那个不行，我那个窗。
这波打得赢吗？我觉得打不赢哎。这个神族没机会吧？哎，等等，有烈光球，不好说。好，直接上了哦，这边越过烈光那个解放者的位置。好，先用烈光球，想炸到坦克，坦克被吃掉。哎呀哎呀，这个阵型，这阵型，这个阵型，这怎么打？这个，等下烈光球有机会，烈光球有机会，烈光球有机会，烈光球有机会，4只。啊，不行的，这个还是要哭哭脸啊，这个啊，除非点光。
And PartinG runs away with only Stalkers remaining.
Killed off 13 SCVs though, but did he do enough damage? I don't think he did. TY has a 30 supply lead in this game. Disruptors will lost a lot of key and expensive.
爆炸了这个PartinG这场。4矿打4矿，没有经济优势，攻防也没优势。
While pushing at the front too with his main army, this is just a very confident TY we're seeing.
Even straggling Stalkers being taken down. A Disruptor shot tries to hit this bio, but unfortunately misses as TY pushes forward again. There's a lot of High Templar starting to accrue energy, ready for their storms, which could change the game around again. But TY in such a great position now.
Storm not yet ready, but this is where TY gets into his comfort zone when he gets to multitask and really show off his assets.
And now both players just slowing down a little bit, rebuilding their army after so many fights and so many trades. They're both weak
太难打啦。
compared to where they could be. TY definitely powering up strong. The
我是觉得那个烈光球一定会改哦。
With High Templars and just EMPs in general across this Protoss army.
We're seeing a very strong Protoss army accumulate though. Not only Disruptors for AoE, but High Templars.
解放者一定会改哦。
Wonder, how do I deal with Liberators? But Liberators tend to stack while they're doing the Liberation Zone, so we'll see how these High Templars do against those.
啊，这个直接画4个圈，对不对？这头下来换家了，这不可能回救，换家换家。这家里已经没有救，你知道吗？这个烈光，你看，解放者上面跟神一样，2发1只。这个正面还打不赢呢。哦哟，有闪电，有闪电不一定。
Pretty decent hits, but not really enough. Now the liberation zone's there. Doesn't want to walk in those High Templars, and he does avoid them.
Who's going to come out on top of all of this?
This looks very healthy for the Terran. He's going to start working on the production here too, dealing significant damage, sending some of his army home too to help out, but with Disruptors for defense.
And look at these Liberators just holding off these positions. It's almost impossible, if not it is impossible for Protoss to attack into them. They deal so much damage, and as you can see,
放那个圈作用，它是，哇哦，他那个是解放者，不，他那个是解放者的空对地模式，它要有一个转换时间，有点像是攻城坦克变成攻城模式一样，要有一个转换时间，然后变成就它可以对地射一下80滴，还可以升攻防，没升攻防的时候是80。
because there's too many Marines. They're healed back up by these medivacs, and at the same time, he is shredding what is left over of PartinG's main.
And this is such great multitasking from TY, managing to hold on while still dealing with this base. High Templars having to turn into Archons to save their lives. Still pushing across. Nice micro by PartinG though, managing to snipe those Vikings.
But it is only Stalkers left to fight, left to hold off for PartinG. A couple of Archons come in, but they get killed off instantly. And TY, after losing game number 1 so incredibly fast, is looking for the bounce back, is looking to take game number 2. And if he destroys his Nexus, there will be no income left for
没有办法了，没有部队质量太低了。GG 1-1。现在的问题真的就像那个 EOVIS22说的，我也这样觉得。我觉得神族没有什么东西可以打解放者。难道你要出暴风剑吗？我想得到就只有暴风剑跟航空母舰这种东西。但航空母舰其实打不赢陆战队，所以感觉，哎呦，他喝红牛，感觉出暴风剑有可能，但是暴风剑其实也蛮烂的，就是暴风剑还在啊，但是他本身打人类就没有很强。下场。
Certainly is. Both their strengths really shining through. PartinG shamelessly aggressive.
We get ready
第3场
game number 3.
对方球炸到，蹲地兽买下去，地方球是炸到他的。你知道他的蹲地兽在哪个位置就炸到。
In the top left of Prime Terraces, it is PartinG.
And then down here, his opponent. Spawning in as the blue Terran player. It's TY from KT Rolster.
航母打不赢解放者哦，真的假的？因为我没有实际上真的用航母打到解放者过。
Playing from the age of 12 or so, so he's been in the pro gamer scene for an absolute eternity.
Our next match on this mainstream is going to be Showtime versus Nurtio.
Battle of 2 of the best foreigners.
Absolutely. The winner of these 2 games will go
up a
little bit later on here today, but Bill's starting to take shape. We have
BG
into the pretty
开2矿，哇，够偷。
where we have a barracks and
他没有盖 BY， 他就直接盖2矿了。
SUV scout.
And he's going Reaper this game, not opting for his normal shenanigans.
有看电视戏吗？我看。
And plays very defensive. This Reaper build means he'll get to scout and possibly deal damage if he can. But seeing that his opponent's gone for an early Nexus here, that definitely makes TY feel a little more comfortable. He can put the CC on the low ground. He knows he's not going to get all in by anything crazy early on.
官网上写解放者受制于航母 ，OK。我是觉得暴风剑应该打得赢啦，只是问题是你要出得来。
我的右侧一只，就在我的右侧。
其他解放者来 timing 跟之前那个人类戴维已经 all in 的那个 timing 差不多，反正很早就来了，很早就有解放者。你被人家投2船，就2个解放者架2个圈圈在你的主矿里玩个鸟。
So far, not at all. I mean, it's been working for him when he gets to that late stage comfort zone. Like, he truly is a macro monster. And seeing his opponent expoing and playing into his hands almost, I think TY's going to be smiling right now.
对啊，他是空中 AOE。所以你用航空母舰打人类，就变成机枪兵跟解放者一起打小飞机，小飞机一下就死光了。这是航母打不赢解放者的原因，因为下面有陆战队跟解放者一起打小飞机。但如果你是用暴风剑的话，变成暴风剑可以去远距离点解放者，我觉得这个情况可能就不一样。那我之前有看过另外一种解法，是升凤凰的射程，变成7格，但是还是不靠谱啊，我觉得。
That was definitely pulling an Athanius there, so nerves definitely pulling or showing here. I mean,
like, for anyone that doesn't know, that obviously was meant to be a mule being called down onto there. Unfortunately, a big slip up.
But he did it right bang on his CC, so it wasn't as if he was even clicking on the minerals there with the scan. Just unfortunate there. Quite a but definitely a blunder. He misses out on quite a few extra minerals that he should have with that.
Alright, well, we have the robotics facility finished up. The Twilight Council was straight behind it, and now Blink is being researched very early on. This can be used defensively, it can be used aggressively, but why would you go aggressive? I mean, why would you go defensive with that blink, knowing that your opponent is always going to be wanting you to play a defensive game? So we've got to be expecting this to be aggressive.
解放者改科技实验是有可能，我觉得这是有可能，这可行的。
Playing defensive against a player that you know 99.9% of the time is going for that fast third C and is happy playing defensively.
兵营开，直接放2矿之后，直接又跳了闪追，感觉有可能要打一波哦。不会，应该不是打一波，防守吧。他如果要打一波的话，这时候差不多要补4、5兵营了。但他没有，我觉得应该是要打营运。然后过去黄金矿开个矿。对，现在反应解放者可以反应如初，没错。
Well, the third nexus has been put down. The robotics bay has been added on. So we can go towards Colossus and Disruptors. And for the time being, you've got to be enjoying TY's position. Yeah, PartinG hasn't been greedy. PartinG hasn't been aggressive. Middle of the road builds. So far, so good for TY.
So far, very good for TY. He's been left to do what he wants to do, and right now he's got a supply lead. He's going to have his third up. Worker-wise as well. 48 pros to 48 SVs. Andy has mules. I'm really liking TY's situation here, and I'm really
巨蹦的哦，巨像太烂了。
一起破。
Because yeah, with the blink very early on, there always has to be some sort of idea behind what you're doing.
Could it be an attack, perhaps planned to strike before the?
没错，阿森要射了，没错。
The 1-1 and the stim. That's the only weakness right now TY would potentially have. But once they complete, we're going to see a very powerful Terran.
While they are certainly weaknesses, he's got other strengths.
这个想我刚才想炸，我有干扰器。
哎呦，这个 OB 他没发现，部队都被看光光了。
Just got wrapped into the world of TY here.
没关系，哥来帮你收头。
Yeah, that doesn't feel like a smart move.
Well, PartinG's moving into the middle with a small squad of units.
And what can this army really do against tanks as well? It's the tanks that
他买得很慢呢，他买比 CS:GO 还慢。
Have a good vision on this army. He's got an observer just above it. A turret is being constructed, so it will have to move shortly or be destroyed. But can he really attack into?
全太阳近况前阵子不错，最近不知道，但他DreamHack打到了败部的8强。这算败部8强吗？这算是败部的倒数第3轮，我觉得肯定不差的、啊。哦呦，不可能硬上吧？他把它取消。
That Warp Prism coming out, extra Colossi on the field, Thermal Lance being upgraded. This Cyclone still being a pest.
He's grabbed another sentry there.
Wow, very nifty micro.
2 sentries for nothing here. The Cyclone's obviously taking damage, but well, he scans.
不知道巨象会不会改强，不知道。
Supply depots to help protect this area, but look, combat shields is finishing. Stim is finishing. 1-1 has completed for this Terran army. PartinG isn't able to do anything at this point. He's using the Warp Prism to try to circumvent this army. It looks weak inside the main base, but no, there's a bunker with Marines in. It's not going to be long to get units back to defend.
I was just thinking how much I liked the Warp Prism play, but that bunker is even better. He's predicted this. He knows his weaknesses, but PartinG still finds a way of dealing damage, and that is a large Warp Prism, and only Marines here to deal with this.
Yeah, 6 additional adepts get warped in, and we're going to get a lot of damage down.
哇，这场被闹惨啦！
Oh dear, and they're going to start going absolutely everywhere here.
这闹惨了！哎，PartinG这个他没操作好的感觉。PartinG一样走巨象哎，所以PartinG的理解是打人类还是要出巨象，只是没有以前强，但是还是要出巨象。
Found themselves on this fourth base, dealing a lot of damage to these stalkers. They do pick up.
Oh, that medevac almost died there. That would have been a really clean sniper PartinG, but TY's got a significant supply lead.
And these medevacs are stuck now in between these 2 bases.
They're stuck, but he gets to keep tabs on where the army is, and whenever your opponent's defending, that's
ID
a
怎么
great
ID 怎
position
么
to be
改？
in
我
as
在
Terran that's
Ukraine 的
playing
网
like
站。
TY is playing. But I have to give credit where credit's due. TY, upon under all that pressure, managing to deal a drop as well.
Yeah.
That's madness.
好，我们看一下。
And TY has a 20 supply lead. He knows about this other base that's been taken, and he's feeling confident. He's got a lot of army. He's started to push out from his defensive position.
不朽对空，
for the last 9 minutes.
你说把那个炮巨前那个炮拿回来吗？
One poor Joe did run ahead, but he did get to scout the army. That medevac did fall, kind of suicided over there. But what we're going to see from TY this game?
攻防
Mines combined with liberators.
攻防神族是1攻，哎，2防1攻升到一半，3是2防，打人类1攻1防。
Wow.
PartinG looking to strike inside the main base. Vikings, the mineral line once again, but this is going to get pushed back. There's a lot of bio here, and he stims forward, and this should hardly do anything. A big warp into a big commitment.
A huge commitment. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just
超闹的
the warp prism there.
哎，这个动作很重要哦。我觉得神族打人类用人际传教士这件事非常重要。
Deal with.
你一定要闹到人类，不然真的妈的让他好好度过到后期根本没得打。 你一定要用人进去闹到一点东西，或者用烈光球去闹到一点东西。
Again, TY managing to get damage done despite being under pressure. 9 SVs dying though. Kind of a serious attack there, and that natural's left in tatters. But Liberators still finding a way to deal damage. Little skirmishers in the middle of the map.
TY just loading up units left and right, looking for counter damage, not to just take the punches. Throughout all of this game, he's got a good supply lead. He's being chased down by stalkers.
Whoa, 爆了！ Wow.
Well, great catch there by PartinG. That's a lot of units that TY just lost, and his supply dropped immediately.
That's a massive pick-off. That's something that PartinG needed, and now the supplies look much, much closer. Disruptors.
四巨像。
Well, this Protoss army is getting.
我觉得这游戏也没有什么缩圈的问题，就是压到底，反正2枪都死。
哎，这场 TY 没有出解放者哎，为什么啊？ 他出危机不出解放者哎。
而且我觉得很特别的是，他这个开头我都不能跳过。
这个我觉得人类打不赢哦，这一波 A 过去，哎呀，可是坦克，我觉得这波 A 过去人类好像不会赢哦。我开始出解放者，前面是出一点，前面出违禁我不知道要干嘛了，但是他是要开始出解放者，而且他是3个解放者3只出的，超猛。
At this point, good defense overall, good positioning of units and observers around the map to spot these drops incoming. But the big question mark is how is he going to deal with the Liberator count? Because this is starting to rise, and we know how good they are.
That's the question: how's he going to deal with those Liberators? Well, he's dealing with the Vikings tremendously.
灭光球，灭光球可是会扎自己哦，小心。
That's not such a scary army, but it's yes, you're right. These Liberators he has to deal with.
3 medivacs have been loaded up. I think that PartinG controls the north Zalnaga tower, so he's going to see these 3 medivacs. He has an adept on that position.
So nice by PartinG having units everywhere, and here he's trying to get damage, and he really wants to attack into this, but doesn't like TY's just not making it easy. And with this drop, ready to attack.
PartinG back, yeah, it's brought PartinG back not to take damage versus it.
Certainly bought him quite a bit of time here. In time, with more Liberators joining that supply cap there, just really, really good for TY. But the supplies are so close.
Yeah, PartinG moving north with his entire his army. Small amounts from TY still here, but the majority of it seems to be moving south, according to the min-map. Dark Templar or Dark Shrine is on its way for Dark Templar. Good upgrades now, finally kicking in for PartinG with +3 armor, fully upgraded when it comes to armor, and +2 attack on the way.
太子直播打神打了好几场机械化，可以不要吗？
Oh man, Colossi and Storm's difficult to deal with. Well, this is Colossi.
而且我还看到2个路人，
Disruptors
是
being on the field.
ESQ785，
It's going to be very, very tough.
哦，终于打到后期咯，终于可以看到一场后期。
Two drop squads. This is very Polt-esque. Micro around 2 armies on the map while expanding.
And PartinG's equal to it. He's got a lot of units to deal with both sides. Blinks forward, realizing this is a bit of a weak squadron. Takes down a couple of Marauders at the back of Marino 2 as well.
Every time TY is meeting PartinG's army, though, he's doing something else on the map. But PartinG,
这边要被跳。
matching TY, he's defending ever so well.
He is, and a stim forward towards this gold base that's been mined from a long time ago.
哎， 哦，这是人进的。我刚想说那个点不知道是人类的还是神族。
Oh, look at these turrets. This is very nice. But the War Prism finds a way in and it stays alive, at least for now, but does get picked apart there. This bunker still being quite a beast.
大神族很烂吗？还好啦。
All over the map here.
目前的大师组里面40几%是人类，3几%虫族，人类神族是2几%，大概29、28吧，28、29%是神族。
But look at this, we see finally
5巨像
big chunk of the Terran army moving north. Liberators getting in position, going into defender mode.
哇，照这样子怎么打啊？
As they get sieged up.
And this, how does the Protoss engage now? There's a small gap at the top that he can kind of try to wrap around there to fight this army, but
哇，硬上哎！
in the Liberators.
Yeah, disruptors missed their hit.
哎，旁边这3个解放者要不要换一下位置啊？
While all this is happening, there is a drop inside the main base.
哎，那2个解放者不要打帮啊！
你们收得到很大声吗？还是我正常小声
Another gets taken down. The rest of the army stems back.
Oh, nice scam from TY. So despite fighting here, still looking at his army, seeing that it's getting killed by DTs and does warp in. But PartinG playing exceptionally aggressive here.
He has disruptors ready to lock and load it to throw their balls at this army.
Yeah, the disruptors here. These are tight gaps too for the Terran to fight through.
Here we go. A couple of EMPs come down though. Counter EMPs from TY. Keep PartinG back.
And this drop in the back still dealing damage that actually kills the Dark Shrine too, so can't deal Dark Shrine damage or DT damage around the map, and that Autosis pylon depowering 3 gateways there.
PartinG can't break through, he's had to come back. He needs to turn his structures back online, deal with these drops. TY moving forward to take another expansion. Again, we're seeing the difference between Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void really shining through this next big game. A battle to get the lead in this best of 5, to look to move another round forward at this DreamHack.
现在人类还是比较强势一点。
And so many of the bases now mining out. They mine out much faster in Legacy of the Void. So these players, despite fighting, despite looking like they have 5 bases each, they need to start taking more bases. And the bases that you can take, they're really hard to keep because they're so far away from your main
哦，
base.
鬼子，找到，但是没有上。
They back off.
他 EMP 炸到，但他不敢打。
But goes much faster now also.
Yeah, high tempo though coming in these. So a very powerful mixed up army that Protoss has. Dark Templar in there, high
我跟你讲一个很酷的东西哦，
Disruptors, Colossus.
我现在卡 bug，
I love the fact that he
我
keeps
现在卡
using
bug，我不能够
liberators
选
to
角
try
色
and harass and puts them in awkward positions here, just denying mining for as long as possible.
我现在
It
是
really is a game
灰灰的，
of
应
who
该
can
是
get
新
more
兵吧，
minerals
应该
now,
是
who can get more resources, because right now they're both running pretty low and both around the cap point, but that's quite a few stalkers in the wrong place at the wrong time.
A strategic battle between the both of them. One mistake could cost this game. One bad fight, and this is going to end. They have to be so gentle, so delicate with their army movement at all times. And
One wrong committal here, and they're dead.
They're very hesitant to take that one big fight too. Always
巨像泪光球、闪电、追猎，这太难控了吧？
Deadly.
It's a definite
There is 6
death toll.
disruptors here. Also backed up by a bunch of high templars, 3 there at
这
the back.
法蒂这个正面也太难控了吧？
It's going to be so hard to deal with. And TY, he's got the right mix here. He's got Ghost, Liberators, he's got everything that you want in a Dream Terran.
看到了，一楼看到，一楼。
But still, this Protoss squad, very hard to deal with.
Trying to hold the Protoss back from attacking up.
你看这解放者架着，根本神族没办法前进。
一楼在一楼，
Realizing
客
that
厅旁，
PartinG's
客
army
厅
is
旁，
kind
真
of far
的。
out the way. It's on the right hand side. He moves
我
to
刚
the
看到2
middle.
只。
I tell you what, though, I love how TY is dealing with this. Just uses the liberation zones to again buy time.
Yeah.
You shall not
画
pass,
圈圈
quite
游戏。
literally.
And he's unlocked 2 of these.
哇，这法蒂超级危险哦！
At least you'd imagine.
没找到，没找到。
So far away is this Protoss army. He takes down 1 Nexus. He's
要连掉2个矿了。
Oh, look at this. He's
悲剧。
off this land here. 2 pass. He has to go into the Liberators, but the Liberators kind of left alone here.
Here comes the Terran.
哎，有没有机会吃到这些解放者？
He's gonna come out on top here. It looks like the Protoss army's powering through. Disruptor pulls break through the middle. And are we going to have a big lead here for PartinG? Because this is looking like it. He breaks the liberation zone, and this fight, TY taking 2 Nexus down, taking a good amount of income away from PartinG. Did that cost him the game? Because did he lose too much of his army in that position and in that move that he cannot take a direct fight anymore?
TY currently running back, trying to build up an army again, and he's the one with mining bases around right now. Even doing a counter drop, there's only one mining base left for PartinG.
差不多圈圈怎么打？
He's using them so
排球有用吗？有用啊，但是一样，人家只要画圈圈。
Another drop on the other side of the map from TY as he gets into another Nexus position. And now PartinG behind in supply.
是知道怎么打，但是没有解决烈光，没有解决解放者的方式啊。
Staying solid on the other side.
And PartinG doesn't really have what he needs to deal with this. Yes, he's got high Templars back here, morphing them into Archons, otherwise they're going to die. And TY, he's sitting pretty. He's still got lots of mining bases down the right side of the map.
And TY moving forward now. He's got a little too far forward. He's got to be careful. He does move them back just in time not to lose them.
不想人类经济太好，神族没经济啊。
What a game this is between these two titans.
Oh, look at that. The difference in mining now between these two players. PartinG's army. It's not really going to change.
He's not really mining at this point anymore. He's trying to get another Nexus up on the left-hand side, and this is the only way he can bring more. To be able to increase his army value.
正面直接看正面，对直接看正面2分钟。对这一边，这一边，这一边，这一边。
五只解放者。
我丢车子哦，我丢车子，等一下哦。
好像还有一点机会哦。啊，人类一个大爆钱这样。哦。
里面有一只看到了。
感谢 Jacky 真831，感谢你订阅4等干爹。
对，在这个里面。
哎，很难说，很难说，很难说。哇，烈光球
It looks like that was a great hit, and there's still 3 Colossus left. Disruptors charging.
哦 ，TY 没有兵了 ，TY 一个爆钱达人呢。
有 C 爆，有 C 爆，有毒气，有毒气。
Incredibly tight, incredibly close.
3人，进。
Disruptors going again, and TY touches him. Who's gonna come out on top?
哇，好纠结哦。 可是 Party 没钱啊。
TY still mining, still has a lot of minerals to spend, but holy cow, those disruptor shots.
Disruptor's still alive, and those are the units that have allowed PartinG to somehow find a way. But remember, TY is mining so much more than PartinG, so he's able to rebuild faster. Look at the production tab down there.
你有站到盾吗？你怎么正面被打掉？
Nothing right now for PartinG, and TY cutting off resources again through that Liberator. He's mining another base in the middle, and slowly but surely TY is building up a new army that PartinG cannot do himself.
And look at this, just using Liberators to deny the only mining that PartinG has. And TY still has multiple bases.
没钱呐，采矿啊。
Just the 19 of his opponent here.
这个 PartinG 要怎么赢呢？
Between the two, but it does look like TY is starting to really edge ahead.
It's just resources.
我觉得刚刚那个烈光球炸那2发，感觉让神族有点机会，但是神族真的是没钱。哇，是这样。哇，GG。
我刚刚卡 bug， 我不能够选，我只能是新兵而已。
看一下刚刚那个烈光球要不要？这里吧。哎，不是这里，在前面一点。这里，这一波车，正中间，哇操！哇，再一次。你会看到是170人口，170人口。然后这个地方所有的圣堂武士都被狙击掉，但这个地方烈光球162人口。这一波160人口，哇，直接炸掉20几人口。
It looks like that was a great hit, and there's still 3 Colossus left. Disruptors charging up once again. And PartinG's first weakness.
你们知道这个神族的操作有多复杂吗？烈光球、闪电追猎。
Incredibly close. Even SCV's coming off the line. Disruptors going again. And TY touches him. Who's going to come out on top? It's so close.
They're both in tatters here. And is PartinG going to win this fight? He's still not mining with this. I believe his Nexus is only just finishing. TY still mining. Still has a lot of minerals to spend. To deal something, he was only using individual drops to try and deal economic damage around the map, maybe killing a base here and there. That last fight really showed me why he was playing so patiently, and you have to respect the Protoss army.
Two real contenders here in the lower bracket for the championship trophy here today. We will crown.
烈光球 CD 缩短不行哦，烈光球 CD 缩短打冲突太强了。 如果烈光球 CD 缩短的话，打冲突太强了。
可能是我。
And spawning over in the bottom side as our blue Terran, coming all the way from Korea, it is TY.
有正面2楼正面2楼 BB 旁
I
边。
loved how he just kept the Liberators, or kept the Protoss at bay with his Liberators, zoning them out every time. And with a combination of having a planetary fortress there to soak up the hits if the Blink Stalkers do blink forward, he'd be not only under Liberation Zones but under the planetary fortress fire too. So very, very nice patient play from him. And PartinG, he's been aggressive, but the first game
这边还有一只哦，有2只哦
was
，nice。
really easy, and since then he's opted to
没
play
了
back.，
正面外面一
So I
只。
wonder if he's going to start mixing it up here.
裂空球可对空也太强了吧？那你不要叫裂空球
正面，外面一只惨了。
叫元气弹好不好？裂空球改名叫元气弹
还有
哦
一。只，剩最后一只在哪里 ？nice。
哎呦，这场要放招啊！哎呦 ，VF 吗？
And what a time to do something like this.
飞进去出轨嘞！
Series, he's feeling confident. Maybe he wasn't feeling confident going into the series as it is PartinG. I imagine if you've played PartinG enough in the history of StarCraft 2, given that PartinG had roughly like a 95% win rate against Terrans, it probably didn't go well. So the fact that he's got an edge, now he's deciding to mix it up. I love that from TY.
我知道我上次换，我用 Win10啊，我没有换电脑，我只是系统改 Win10。
Nexus here. That's going to make you worry though.
Yeah, and what is he worrying about? What could possibly be happening? He's looking around with his SCV. We'll see the Nexus go down.
好，排列这场并没有单兵开单兵狙直接开矿
标的，是哪一个键啊？
他也是出了母舰核心教室之后才开矿
You see。an opponent not make a Nexus very early, and you're going for a proxy like this. I've done this enough times. I'm always worried about an Oracle. Half your production, in fact, more than half your production at this point in time, is on the map, and the only thing that you have
被天降啊，被
to
天降。
could potentially be a proxy Stargate.
This
It's
is
Marines.
对啊，11要继续战舰没错。
This is shaping up. PartinG could almost instantly lose this. He's got a robotics facility which would grant him detection once it's out.
今天过后，如果之后我玩战舰，可能会开在
Won't really get
另外一个频道，可能呢。
He knows there's a command center at the back there, and this is looking identical to what TY's done. He's masked his build well.
Oh,
Oh.
we've seen this before, Apollo.
哦，但是家里
But these pylons going
要被偷鬼雷咯。
here can't run that far forward, especially when the adepts there. Even though it's only one, he deals with Marines like 1-0, and this is quite a scary.
但家里被偷鬼雷哦。
PartinG hasn't yet identified the fact that, hey, my opponent has a factory on the map, along with a starport here.
We are going to see overcharge on these pylons to start to break this wall down.
超亏，要被投了，怎么办？家里怎么守？
And there's no observer on the map just yet. And
怎么办？哎，有 V 啊，有 V 啊！
would you have
我
expected
标了。
this?
哦，快逃！快逃！拉2只回去，拉2只，4只哦！
Three workers. The
打掉了，打
observer's
掉了
on。his way.
So far, so good. He didn't take too much damage from that observer. Now he's got a way into the base. This is where adepts can reign supreme. But look at supply. TY's ahead 47 supply and doesn't have a
我红彩超雷，但是那个今天阿森没有
He's
玩，
playing this out.
不对，他们正在玩。
Observers out, and these widow mines are being dealt with. And PartinG continues to mine.
他们有一个心跳图哦，他们有个心跳感应图哦。
And he has
Certainly
broken
is.
this front ramp.
I mean, it's always an awkward position.
里面2只，炸点里面3只，神阵里面5只都在里面。
Oh, running
应该有机会看我玩红彩，我应该找时间会跟阿森一起玩。
A liberator? Where on earth did this come from? But gonna get that liberation zone down.
不过我蛮雷的，
there.
就是
Mine as well.
As stalkers come outside of his
最雷的那种。
dealing damage.
确定。
Damage being done, the widow mine gets cleaned up. The liberator also looking like it's going to get away after dealing damage. But any mining time lost from your opponent here,
Yeah.
TY's going to be sitting pretty.
And he's continuing to build liberators on the other side of the map. Another widow mine is being used. He's trying to deal with this harassment inside his main base as well. The mothership core still waiting with these pylons, keeping the majority of other units inside that main.
What an awkward position to be in from both of these
这
players.
接解放者一波哎，这个
Ready. Widow mine still in this
啊会接一波吗？哎我
to close this up, looking
哎
to
啊不确定，
top four.
因为人类工币还是有在补哦，不一定会接一波。
I'm, for some reason in my head, I'm playing out this scenario where he gets
你可以
widow mine planted
进我们的那个
liberators defending against
跟我们一起
it.
收，但是
See how he's gonna
要
go
组队应该
separate.
没办
Widow
法。
mine actually separates
我家应该还是跟收贝跟九妹他们一起
No
玩。
mining can go on, and even if he did want to stop the mining over there with the liberator, how would the stalkers get to it?
Third liberator.
Nice. Oh, the
我
observer.
在上面，我在上面哦，我在上面哦。
Scan there.
等一下啊，我阳光，等一
He
下
actually has enough stalkers.
等我。
A tank is also being made from the factory. He's continuing.
Go!
The craziest 1-1-1 I've ever seen.
More barracks inside to main base the Muslim kids.
两只 nice。
好猛哦！
All these widow mines though, is it going to get burrowed? Just like it is, and there is an observer very close, but great splits by PartinG. Both
干我刚才才打到人质，还有他是跪着的，你知道吗？我想说，
你反正你看到人就杀，对不对？
我刚才才
看到人就射。
Tank number 2.
So, do you think he's using these tanks to clear up the pylons outside his base?
I'm not sure. I don't think he's too worried about this. I think he's like, all right, well, you know, if I do ever expand, I'll just expand to the bottom left. I think he's building up an attack, a frontal attack.
难得我会对 FPS 有兴趣，你知道
So
吗？
much production off one base here. Eventually he's going to want to break out, but running against those pylons with just Marines.
这应该取消，这真查了，等下就取消了。
Quite dicey.
哎呦，
Whoa, these adepts are committing, but
我前面。
roughly 11 seconds, so bang, he's back in there. Is he actually going to get damage done here? That's a
哇，这样子人类有点亏啊，他没2矿哎，
few Marines picked off here.
他这要接一波啊，但是光是被这个教室就打得叽叫了。
想发放人质位。
Damage to the Marines, and of course the Marines are meant to be used as an assault shortly.
所以他就变成PartinG，因为他有2矿嘛，他就变成可以一直用教室去跟你换兵，反正我经济兵好，我就跟你换，
But he is going to start to lose some of these.
战损小亏一点没关系，反正就是跟你换，
Really feeling
换到你没钱。
position, but
那现在虚空之翼的那个矿里面有4个矿是一半的，
it's going to take a long
所以很快主矿就干
the
了。
map, and given that he can kind of tell, hey, you didn't have an expo there, I just scattered it with the adepts. He knows this is on a one base all in. Getting to see it's going to be Liberators tanks. He can start to mount up an army to deal with it.
And the robotics bay needs time to get that out. If he goes towards, you'd imagine, disruptors.
Uh-oh. That mothership core in the wrong place at the wrong time. And is he actually going to recall in time? Does look like it.
All right, and now we have this push. TY has access to move from his main base, and he's going to start to put the pressure up to PartinG. Does PartinG have enough units in time? There's 3 tanks, 3 Liberators, a bunch of Marines.
The Widow Mine still being annoying there, but dealing with 3 tanks here.
TY 这一波有机会吗？
Really solid number, and the fact that you can kind of creep them
2
ahead
台
in siege mode here.
坦克加上解放者，加上一些少量强兵，强兵是没有科技的。
This game so back and forth.
He needs more time.
这场如果PartinG输了，他就被淘汰了。
Finished up.
看到一只，2楼一只，2楼一只。
I'm very surprised he doesn't keep the
我该
Liberators
标了
chasing that.
哎，PartinG想跟他换，他想要把那波兵摘到
Waiting to drop down to do damage.
TY 家，然后闹他经济，然后家里用这些追猎来守，
Hold on to this position.
拖时间。
看到我1楼走了，1楼走了，
Is
1楼一只，同一只，
因为PartinG有2个矿，所以他时间拖越久对他越有利。
来侧门一只， 侧门小道一只。
Continues up this ramp. How do you engage this as PartinG? If you walk to try and kill the tanks, you're in the liberation zones. If you walk to kill the liberators, you're in the tank zones. This is great play, but he's buying so much time by just producing pylons, and his economy is far superior here. That disruptor, though, in the production tab.
Yeah, and now the warp prism inside the mineral.
哦，猎光球，关键，
I am so excited.
He
Look,
gets these Marines here.
关键，
哇
哇！
Down onto the Marines there.
我这边2楼一只。
From the start here for
有点惨啊
He's got a second disrupt on the way. He's forced to
家里教室也无敌了。
PartinG with his tournament life on the line. The SCVs
oh
are gone.
man, he is totally all in with this. SCV is being pulled. This is very reminiscent of Nama back in his glory days, but a large number of tanks.
Oh.
The Stalker's under fire. That disruptor needs to get busy sometime soon.
Disruptor is going to be the key unit here. If he gets
PartinG正面的部队是比较少的。
Where is it going in terms of tank fire?
Tank fire, liberation zones everywhere. These
时间就是金钱。哦呦，
lose it. He's gonna pick up the
哇，再起来！
The disruptor shot with the medivacs. This is sick play.
哇，
from
说实
TY.
在，我觉得
If he lost that disruptor,
这怎么看都觉得PartinG要死了，你知道吗？
units left and right, and TY is
我
getting
这边抓一，我抓一，我在2楼抓到的。
He's going to continue to push forward.
And TY's army is not getting any bigger from this point in time. He is not mining at all, so it's do or
这怎么
die.
守啊？
Despite so many good trades here, he really needs to make this happen.
And he continues to push forward. He's in range of the robotics facility. A second disruptor comes out.
哎
He's under fire.
这个猎光球距离
Regenerate.
Oh man, these tanks are getting to work here. TY's micring so
Nice.
well. The Marines also on the right side has to make sure his army doesn't cluster.
Well, the
One
attack
好
tank，does
教室
fall.
换掉了一个，
They get one tank on the low ground. When is PartinG going to make his move?
Oh, this is great. He's dropping the adepts on the SVs just to kill.
他需要时
他们
间。
打死人质会不会直
I
接
believe
输
the
掉？
command center has died yet. In fact, is that the command center floating
Wait,
over
what?
here?
Yes,
我刚刚没有打到人质，
And two disruptors out, a third one almost ready. I imagine when this third disruptor's out, he's got to go for it. Here it is.
The sad thing is he can always dodge with the medevacs if his micro is on point. I think TY is actually going to start mining from PartinG's third here.
哦，这2颗烈光球等等是关键了。
Investing with these Marines against the photon overcharge though.
Yeah, it moves outside the range of it.
哎呀，教室没有刷出来。
我看一下多少钱。哎，他直接收嘞。
马天很冷静啊。
Mining somehow.
He's finding a way. TY.
The War Prism. This is how he's going to address it. The War Prism coming down to the green.
好哦，他想先清掉这些陆战队，这个想法很好。先清掉这边，先清掉这边。没兵了。哇，我觉得好像可以守住哦，没有那些枪兵等等追猎。哦，哎，这边没注意到。这太纠结了。神族爆钱啊！这个PartinG的钱。
他可以丢几颗啊？1颗啊。
哦，这800块花完就赢了哦。
那我想了解是他是直接丢3颗按一次全毒，还是一次1颗毒一次1颗毒一次？
Oh, 2 adepts. Steven going for the tank, gets picked up.
Oh, this micro from both of them is insane. Very evenly matched in this game.
Here's Stalkers and Disruptors on the right hand side. How is he going to make a movement here?
那个会哦。
Oh, just
人家看得到。
And the mothership core is actually going to fall here. It looks like it.
除非你用创世界的那个内容点。
哦，没坦克！哎呀，哇呀，哇你我解放者 ！Oh my god！ 哇！解放者失误了。他的坦克刚刚没有支援到解放者，因为他的闪哥全部都载起来。结果解放者刚刚就在没有保护的情况下被点掉了。 哇，这PartinG打得真太冷静了。
PartinG is still growing at a phenomenal rate. If he just has his stalkers at the top here, he could deny mining. So the only thing keeping TY in this game is his tank right now. The second tank does join the fray.
And we're going to see a drop onto something near this War Prism.
Gets the observer down.
4 adepts in it.
There are more Marines on the field, but we've seen how easily the Disruptor deals with that.
Marines coming for the chase, but
我不行。
2 Disruptor balls.
这个要重组，
Perhaps to get the winning shot here for PartinG to 100% secure this game. He pokes forward, takes a little bit too much damage.
哇，这真的不好说哎，但是他PartinG优势了，毕竟他2个矿。哦。
It is actually basically PartinG's base at this point in time. Creeping ahead.
More and more Marines are being built. The Dark Shrine.
哇，2个都在骚扰对方啊。
Which could seal the deal here in game number 4.
This War Prism barely has any health
哇，
here.
这不得不说2个人都打得很好，不停的想要骚扰对方，两边在打双线哦。
TY is managing to stay in this somehow, and PartinG's managing to stay. This is insane micro.
The Dark Shrine though, there's only 1 command center. If it doesn't have energy,
引
there's
刀
no detection whatsoever.
引刀关键哦。
Which I think is very, very smart at this point.
跳。
And these Stalkers, it's a 14-minute game here. They've still not got blink and dodging these tank shots with this War Prism. Oh, the tank's actually going to die
哎，
here.
可以哦，可以哦，
He's going in the disruptor.
可以哦，可以哦。
He backs off. He almost loses one.
哎呀，
Lose one. And now a lot of SCVs are starting to take damage there.
引刀嘞，引刀要好，引刀要
The
好。
mule got dropped. The mule got dropped.
Oh, the Dark Shrine.
他引刀刷一波出来就 GG 了，你知道吗？对下去就赢了。
Very worrisome.
It is finished.
他没有扫描啊。 GG。 他没有后逼，他没有那个扫描，也没有电击工程所。哎，狗兵死光了。这局。哇，这打得太好了吧！PartinG这场真打得太好了。这刚刚的一些那个精彩回顾哦，这边。
All those Marines on the right side die to a single disruptor shot.
Here's the winning move. The Dark Shrine comes in and just enough energy is accumulated to take down 3, but notice how brave PartinG is with his Warp Prism. It is at almost 0 hit points, but he comes in to save a unit.
A unit then drops it off.
哎，帕丁真的打得超冷静的，超强。这个地方就可以看出一个选手的心理素质。
你们可以离开小队吗？完全离不开。
好，最后一场，他们的败者组最后一场，这场输就被淘汰了。
And spawning on the opposite side of the map, on Ruins of Ceres, as our blue Terran, it is TY.
我还要看完他的片头，真的是最
shaking after that game. That was
NBA
insane.
正翻哦，
I have
因为
not
是他们的
seen
计谋
such。a close game that came down literally to 1 DT in quite some time. So here, Ruins of Ceres, a 4-player map. You can have very, very different spawn locations. You can be horizontal, vertical, or as we see, cross map.
Yep.
Now in these positions though,
Jimmy， 你那个能量饮料是要去喝是不是啊？为什么我刚才有领，可是我没有？我看到你的画面。
I favour him, but now PartinG, he's the guy going next to first here and cross map. Unknowingly, this was the perfect decision.
Stage in a best of 5 of players thinking, loading into this, the size of the map, what's my opponent been doing most of the time? Can I run a risk to do something along these lines? PartinG said yes, yes I can. Whereas TY's opened up for a more traditional opening.
The Reaper opening though, or rather the Nexus first opening, I really see no... It doesn't feel liable to me. Like, I feel that you can get away with this, even if you are against a Reaper, which is probably one of the best openings against the Nexus first, or at least we think of that in Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah.
In this game, it doesn't feel like you can necessarily deal damage with it. The Mothership Core comes out so fast. The Adepts can still go so fast. The Reaper's on the map now, but the Cybernex Core is being done. And TY, is he going to get to his base in time to deal damage? No, he's going to play defensive with the Reaper. So right now, I'm really liking PartinG's position.
Pro goes down and
我还以为有心结之后，你要把我的手机号码念出来。
expansion, but not confirmed. Of course, there's a bunch of variety of Terran builds that all of a sudden could.
这是 DreamHack。
给我那个你的 ID 啊。
For all he knows, so it's not 100% certain, but he could take a stab in the dark that is more than likely.
TY 是
他这个跟账号不一样，可以直接 key ID 去。
KT 战队，
终于是先进的一点。
PartinG 是闪电狼战队，两个都韩国人。哦，这场PartinG 很早就放下 VR。
Even if it looks like you can jump up those side cliffs right there. And TY, man, he's going back to the tried and true. He's going for that 3-base style that he knows and loves.
这在讲解 VOD 不算 live 吧？我的讲解是 live， 但是画面是 VOD。
隐藏的设定呢，就是你要把 Steam 关掉，它才会顺。这是我的猜测。大家检查一下。
He's had a lot of success with opening straight up for the robotics facility, whether it is whether he goes towards the warp prism early on. The Twilight Council is immediately off the back of the robotics facility.
先出个，他 VR 好，应该先出个 OB 吧？哎，难道说他这场要投影刀？不是啊，如果是要投影刀的话，应该会先放 VC， 而不是先放 VR。我觉得他会出冷静诶，我觉得他第一个先出冷静。哎呦，
我们去商店看一下有没有增加 Uplay 连线的那种商城。
好，先冷静。
对。
These guys, they're both like PartinG. After the first game,
连线新长包
base hardcore aggression, he's really slowed it.
我要啦，只是他很卡。
Why do you think
他
that
很
is?
卡，我已经要好几次了。
What if it doesn't work? And you know his aggression fails, and then that's the way he loses the tournament. I think he feels he probably has better chances later on.
Like this is the last.
Jimmy 还是你腰啊？
It's not about saving strategies. It's literally about doing what he thinks is best at the time to win. So
走闪追。
he feels it is this Nexus first style.
反正这场还是一样，想要打营运的，没有要放什么特别战术。
Well, the Reaper here is the only scout from TY in this entire game so far, and it's only seen an Adept and the location of where the Protoss army is.
是先跳舞才变灰姐的哦，时间点错了，
He doesn't know anything other
是
than
同一天没错，但是时间点错。
你有重开过了吗？
depot I have ever seen. Right at the bottom of his ramp there. And I guess one reason is you've seen Adepts so far. Adepts don't kill buildings fast anyway, so if you can see them just entering your
没感觉
quicker,
Jimmy 没感
maybe
觉。
that's the idea behind it.
Well, he's not going to see them if they come from the sky. As the Warp Prism is now loaded up with 3 Adepts.
The bunker positioning
And
is
a
nice.
lot of gateways being added on back at home here.
Ooh.
So we could be seeing a very strong follow-up blink attack coming out from PartinG.
哎 Ferry， 你赶快去喝那个能量饮料，有加经验，加那个
At
声
this
望。
point, he's aiming to deal as much damage to the SCV line,
去解锁。
slow down
哦，对啊，这一波二矿可以闹到哦。
And here comes the first drop.
This is a great drop. This is like the one point in TY's base that is undefended. Everywhere else, look, he's got cyclones ready. He's got
哎，可以变，有坦克，可以变。
Run into the mineral line. I feel that standing on the SCVs would be a smarter plan here because the tank's going to shoot you no matter what.
然后有在 Ukraine 消
2
费
Adepts go down. Third one's going to die as well. Only 4 SCVs have been killed. PartinG slowly moving out. Oh no, the Warp Prism gets taken.
爆！哇 ，nice。
Beautiful play with that cyclone. The cyclone stopped shooting.
他那一招距离很长，但是没视野就打不到，所以他丢个扫描，保证视野够长。
No pylon on the other side of the map. He was looking to, you know.
那这边跑定直接打闪追一波。
The Warp Prism was meant to be walking in units on the other side of the map very shortly. He now has to walk units over.
很有机会哦，这个闪追一波很有机会哦。这个
他那个有没有东西可以把
TY 开3矿，而且把他3矿盖下去，他把他3矿，他把他部队拉到3矿那边，所以说这一波非常难守，很难守哦。这个，他有把他的意图隐藏着，所以他不知道他是要走闪追。哦，发现，感觉到绕走。这如果要一手3矿是稳死。
哦，我都应该跑去当他们的 sales。
Throw down the
哦，太有
repulse
钱
bay just at the back of all of this, but he's fully dedicated. There's no upgrades. There's nothing. And already
没有啦，真的没感觉，完全
he throws down the third nexus. He
连个
throws
头都
down
没
that
看到
approach.。And now it's a game of how long will TY take to figure this
啊，
out.
你已经进来了
PartinG has
吗？
found a tech lab at the very least. He's going to stop combat shields.
They are both playing so ridiculously
我
smart
上次我
right
哎，
now.
我离开小队，
He's
然后呢，你
respecting
换人
this as
交
much
了
as，he
我来要
should
看
be. Given that he didn't see a third, so he's pulled all his SCVs. But PartinG right now, he's loving this because he's actually taking a third. And he finds
哦，点坦克。
the tank almost immediately here.
但是这有点，这打不下吧？
He does lose quite a few of these stalkers, but he continues to put the pressure on, slows down 2 of these barracks from finishing up. But
他就是慢慢耗，但是我觉得
about to
PartinG要换打法了哦，这个追猎应该 timing 已经没了，他这时候应该是要转营运的。
Not enough stalkers to really be aggressive here, to really be an all-in. So I'm imagining that he's starting to think that it must be a third. Put quite a few SCVs back.
哎，进来了
But if you are still dilly-dallying around.
死狗以内。
4狗以内。
of additional time to prepare himself for a push that could come out. He's trying to get upgrades. He's trying to get the destructors down. He blinks forward, finds a marauder.
PartinG's trading ever so cost
Oh,
efficiently here. And
So
this is
far,
just a group of
so
stalkers. Here though, taking a bit of a fight, but nice blinks away at the last second there.
Warp Prism coming into the main base. A nice backstab from PartinG as TY a little bit far.
Wow.
Warp in here, 7 additional depths.
That warp in looks so scary now too, so awesome looking. And 7 SV.
然后这些兵过来以后，他又去2矿打，2矿工兵要曝光了，2矿工兵要曝光了。
They're dealing a lot of SCVs. 10, 11 have gone down. And
吵闹。
he's blink controlling these
就是因为你这样子啊，你才连不进来啊。而且哎，等。
And they're just dancing around, and now he's splitting up the army. And the stalkers alone are very, very strong. The adepts alone are very, very strong. TY
可以把这些载走，我觉得，可以把他载走啊。
SCVs have been killed with this attack, and another large warp in.
And he's using the
哇，工兵拿出来死啊！
没关系，我每一张都没玩
kill
过
as。many SVs as he can. So the fact he's using them to fight, and he gets away with
我
4
一样
adepts
H 哦
right，
从
there.
头打到尾。
Critical damage
最
has
整的
been
大绝。
landed now by PartinG, who's got a third up.
对，我只有买一只 H。
PartinG 边压制边把自己的3矿开出来是怎样？
哦，拍谁？还是你要？
of a difficult situation, having
对
lost
对对，我们刚刚有做一个很好的搭配啊，我知道怎么炸。 哦
TY 这场要爆了。
And where do you go? What do you do now as TY?
哎，可是
TY
他想我不能够放哎，我刚才试过了，无论是榴弹还是炸弹包都放不进去，那个
But
是要用
marching
水
across the
的。
map against this huge amount of stalkers, and the
这
fact
个没
that
办法。
PartinG can just play aggressive here. It's
不
getting
是他那个铁门，我没办法炸啊，铁门哎。
这能打吧？
Medevac's here, nice micro by PartinG.
哎，等等，神族有科技吗？这能
Finally, seems like he's going to be
哦，
able to
猎光
these units. The disruptor comes in.
跳过去，哦，他抖了一下，被猎光球炸到尴尬。
这有点像 GTA 那个红色高跟鞋那个地方。
I love how PartinG's played this game.
I think PartinG's looking for a kill here. Muslim, he walks in another big round of stalkers with 2
我在1楼完全没看到小，
And
小都没看
this
到
is。the PvP army. Oh, nice dodges there. The disruptor ball does not really deal as much damage. The second disruptor falls as well, but a third one joins the fray. That ball is going to get damage done. Yes, quite a few.
哎
PartinG.
凶凶哎，这个
完了完了，这张图真的不是。
GG，
我跑到了女侧，
把你晋级了。
要求。